WFLA Now will begin momentarily. WFLA Now will begin momentarily. Live from WFLA Studios, top stories, breaking news, interactive coverage in the palm of your hand. This is Stream Center Live. Here's JB Biunno.
People losing their minds over Facebook and Instagram going down this morning. A widespread outage at Meta causing the app and the social media site to be inaccessible for users. We're live here across all platforms. Welcome into the Stream Center, folks. JB here with you, live with Nexstar Media Wire's Chip Rooster. Chip, how you doing there?
Good. It's one of those days, we work in the digital verse, and when something like this happens, a major international company that hosts 4 different versions of a social media site goes down, and people's parents and grandparents, that's my joke. But it's a big disruption to the normal routine here in a world where we've all gotten so used to being so interconnected by these platforms. So yeah, this is major news here for Nexstar Media Wire and everybody out there that's watching online.
Chip, what do we do when we don't have Facebook or Instagram, man? I mean, my goodness, we have to use these social media platforms so often in our regular job. How big of a part of your daily workflow is Facebook and Instagram?
It's interesting that you bring up jobs, because that's something that maybe a lot of people don't consider. Is anybody that's out there in news media, in marketing of any kind, like social media is such a crucial piece to that puzzle that when it goes down, I'm here in the WGN newsroom. It's where I'm based in Chicago. And I know you're more of the weather center, but in the newsroom at the digital section, when it went down, suddenly you just started hearing people across the newsroom like, Facebook's down, I can't get on. Oh, Instagram's down. And as far as getting information out, it becomes such a limiter at that point, because we all know that that is kind of the first place that people look for information, whether it's through the newsfeed scroll or if they are a specific follower of someone. WGN Morning News, hey, I want to go and see what the latest headlines are. And they try to go to that page and it's gone. So this is, a big disruption to those in the business of getting information out, as well as to the users, the people that are interested in getting that information.
Yeah, and we're going to be launching a poll here momentarily. I'd also like to welcome in we all use Facebook and Instagram across our jobs. I want to bring in Lee Spann, who's joining us here in the Stream Center. Lee, any luck accessing Facebook for you the last few minutes?
I'm doing okay with Instagram.
Okay, so Instagram is working for you.
I mean, it's refreshing. So I don't know. The one when it refreshes, it's about an hour old, but that's not uncommon. So I'm trying to see. I was just about to do like a test to see if I could post, because I mean, Instagram, it is something. It is, you feel immediately, as Chip was saying, you just immediately feel disconnected. We're so used, that's how we hear from people. That's how we, so this is that disconnect happened so quickly that I'm like, I think I can still hear from people on Instagram. I was immediately logged out of Facebook. And so I have not tried to log back in, because I don't want to, I'm just going to wait that one out, but at least I can still get a new refresh on my feed for Instagram. What about you, Chip? Are you getting any Instagram?
So you say that. What's funny is I just made my own video content to get out wherever we can push it.
Wherever.
And for Instagram specifically, the note was that users have been able to access it but that they haven't been able to fully refresh the feed. And that in some instances, they get a notification on their Instagram timeline, even though they could log in, that said something went wrong. So like for me, for instance, let me hit this button over here. I got fancy buttons just like JB.
Ooh, fancy.
I know.
Hold on.
That's the wrong screen.
Well, that's it. See, you pushed the wrong fancy button.
Hold on, Chip. Let me.
Showing the one that I want.
I got you. I got you. Hold on, buddy. You're like, we're going into the metaverse.
Yeah,
here
exactly.
with all of this. But I think I can do that one more time.
Well, I was trying to show my right monitor, showing my left monitor, but my Instagram, I'll get it figured out after you pop me down for a quick second. It says something went wrong on the browser.
Okay. Yeah, because
so let me fix my sub settings here. Thanks, JB.
Yeah, I got you, Chip. Okay, so let me point this out. What we're going to try to do is we're going to try to activate this poll, and I think that we have on www.heyjb.live. If you go over there, you should be able to vote in this poll. I'm really curious how many people this is really impacting today. So we asked, does Facebook and/or Instagram being down affect you? Look, in the news industry, it affects us. There's no doubt. Facebook, even though it is not the same high volume, high traffic news platform that it used to be, it is still something that we use all the time. You're posting your forecast there. You have a podcast that runs through Facebook.
And we finished it like an hour, not even an hour before this went down. So I was glad mine happened when it did. I was just trying to log back in to Facebook, and it says unable to log in still. So obviously, Facebook and Meta both run Facebook and Instagram, but kids these days are more, certainly lean toward Instagram. So I think that even if you can refresh your feed and get some content, it'll feed that need.
Yeah, I think it's worth pointing out that Facebook, as Chip joked about earlier, and I'm really curious to hear from our audience here, Facebook is just not the same platform it was 5 years ago when it comes to, the age demographic, right?
When your Aunt Susie's on it, it's a little different.
I'm trying to choose my words carefully here. Instagram, though, I think has survived the transition with what has happened with instant gratification videos like on TikTok. Instagram has Reels. Facebook has tried to get into the video space, but they really haven't had too much success. Facebook is still a platform where, look, you post a cute picture of your dog or your cat, or you're talking about news going on somewhere in your neighborhood, and you're having kind of more of a community conversation. Or it's just people to rant about Joe Biden and Donald Trump. I mean, let's just be honest with people. That's really where that conversation lies.
Yeah, in the comments.
In the comments.
Oh man, the comments. You can go down a real quick rabbit hole on any post. It doesn't have to start out political.
No.
Go into it.
No.
It's an interesting space. Facebook is.
You could be talking about this new Ben & Jerry's ice cream flavor.
Yep. Oh.
And someone will say, "Oh, I bet you Joe Biden would eat that ice cream."
Yeah.
Right, right. And then it becomes a Joe Biden ice cream conversation, and then Donald Trump gets brought into it. That has been something that we've observed in the Facebook space for a long time. Instagram being down, I mean, of course, that's the influencer space, right?
People are losing money on that.
Right. Because there's a lot more, that's more of a branding platform to me these days. That's not even, if I needed to share news out quickly, Instagram isn't really the place to do it. It's more of a visual branding, marketing sort of platform, or a behind the scenes platform too. I know that a lot of creators or newscasters or meteorologists like Lee will kind of post a little bit behind the scenes of what they do in their news life or their day-to-day life, and that's kind of cool too.
Yeah, the Get Ready With Me, that's a big place on Instagram. So, but some of those influencers are paid by companies to make multiple posts per day, and so for them, that's why I said people are losing out on money, because if they can't fulfill their promise to get those sponsored ads or sponsored content out there, this. I have a feeling Meta is working feverishly with some of the smartest minds in the internet world, working on this outage. But if this goes on for a couple of hours, it's really the the influencers could really feel this pretty quickly, because I mean they work all day on these multiple posts.
Yeah, it was weird this morning. So we're about to get to your comments, folks. We know that a lot of comments are coming in from all over the place.
Here.
Yeah,
Hi, Chip.
Yeah, Chip, come back in.
It's like
I'm still here.
Chip, you figure anything out on your end?
Oh yeah. It was just a momentary. It was like hide and show, and there it was. So this is all I was going to show you. There it is. That's me Instagram on the browser where it's showing the something went wrong, and even if I can log in, quote unquote, but when I reload it, it's not showing the feed at all. And then on the Facebook, there's my photo for those that know it. Don't watch my password.
Don't watch
it's 15
his password.
letters, so that's good.
Yeah, so it tells me that it's incorrect.
Right.
But I know that that's the right one. So there you go. That's just confirming what we knew was still happening right now for anybody logging on. And so I see Julie's comment. X is not down.
Nope.
I've been on X. I've been looking at people commenting about Facebook being down. And a funny thing is a lot of those comments are like, well, the only reason that I'm on X or Twitter right now is because I can't get onto my Facebook. So that's an interesting effect, is that people who can't get to that social media fix, whatever it is a part of their routine, or getting that information that we like to put out via Facebook, Instagram, they're going to the other platforms. So from a business standpoint now, this is like an opportunity for X, for other, I'm trying to think of other good places, YouTube, frankly, we're live streaming on YouTube, to capture some market share and say, hey, look, check our platform out. And here's an experience you could have here, since they're not able to have it on Facebook, Instagram, Messenger, or Threads right now.
Yes.
I'm just curious. So has Elon tweeted yet? Wait, there it is. Hold on, we've got it. Hold on, I'm gonna bring this up on screen if I can.
He is quick to tweet, or X, or
57 seconds ago.
Oh, it's a good. Are you able to just show it?
I think so. If it will allow. Oh, here it is. Yeah, it will pop up. Oh, it's too small. Chip, can you bring it up on your screen? Yeah. The formatting for that image is just.
I got you.
All right.
Here.
Look at this.
Oh.
Wow. Yeah. Elon was quick on it.
And look at the combination here, the meta of it, taking a tweet from someone at Facebook and putting it onto his. So it's just using, here's your competitor's platform that you had to use to put information out about your platform.
And for those unfamiliar, Andy Stone works in the communications department. I think he's a communications leader for Meta, and Meta is the parent company for Facebook and Instagram. And of course, they have several different sections of their company, but Facebook and Instagram are the most prominent. Of course, Mark Zuckerberg. A lot of news in recent years about him pouring a lot into the metaverse, which is the idea that you could, insert yourself into a world of virtual reality, and that whole ecosystem of products and services. Which for the record, anyone ever gone to the metaverse? You ever been in the metaverse?
I have never.
Chip, you ever gone to the metaverse?
Haven't had the opportunity. I've watched a lot of the videos and the presentations, but never plugged in, so to speak.
Yeah.
What about you?
No, I haven't done it.
I think it's less. I think the population of people who have done it is actually quite small.
Yeah, and I'm all for trying new things in the world of live streaming and engaging with people and interacting with people. But the metaverse is, it's just not my cup of tea.
Because you like to interact with people.
Yeah, and their avatars, I just, I don't know. It's just a little bit bizarre. Chip, keep an eye on Facebook and Instagram. If you could just be on.
That's what I've been doing. Yeah,
on refresh.
Yep.
We have our poll on www.heyjb.live. We have an insane amount of comments coming in. So I'm going to tell you what, regardless of platform, just because it's easier for me to go to comments from people that actively want to participate in our conversation. If you use, even on heyjb.live, which I know is our VIP comment platform, if you just punch in #HeyJB with your comment, I'm going to just start to spotlight some of those comments now. I want to get some people involved here. And yeah, I think we're going to have to slow the chat.
Still down on the mobile as well.
Yeah, the YouTube chat, we're going to update this to 90 seconds on the chat because we have so many comments coming in. Yeah, I know that's aggressive, but people are screaming in the comment section in all caps at me saying, slow down the chat. So, so Nick says, well, okay, so Maribeth, let's go to Maribeth, says, hashtag KJB, I thought I was hacked. How many other people thought that they were hacked? Because, okay, so here's my experience. You guys can tell me if your experiences were comparable. I went to Facebook, actually, to watch the Grady Judd press conference and see how that was going. And I couldn't get past the login screen. And then I went to my phone and you got a message, something about like session timed out. Mm-hmm. Is that what it said?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So I thought, okay, is my password no longer right? Or I don't know. Chip, did you have the same experience with you?
We had a coworker on my team who literally changed his password yesterday. It was just totally unrelated. And so he popped in and was like, I've been hacked. It all happened because I changed my password. And so he didn't realize there was an outage. Otherwise, he would have been the first one writing the story. But I imagine a lot of people, to your experience, to his experience, that's what they're going through when they get that initial message, is that there's something wrong with them, not necessarily the site.
And that's why everybody, what I'm saying is everyone then raced to Twitter to see if it was just them. And then so that they went race to X so they could, and said, okay, good to know it's not just me, but you have to have, for instance, I texted my mom because she only has Facebook and I wanted her to know, don't worry, it's not you, it's out. And she just texted me back. She said, thank you. But if you don't have that second set of, person around you, maybe you're just sitting at home and you do think maybe something it's just you if you don't also have those other outlets.
Elon Musk tweeting. I'm still calling it tweeting.
Posting?
Posting?
Is it?
It's a tweet.
It's not an Xing.
Elon, I'm sorry. It's a tweet. We're calling it a tweet because I don't know what else to call it. A post? All right, fine. Well, I guess he's calling it a post. And he posted. If you're reading this post, it's because our servers are working. It's a flex. That's totally a flex. And so people are asking, where's Zuckerberg? Where's Mark Zuckerberg? And does Zuckerberg have an X?
I don't know.
I'll take a look.
Yeah, Chip. Because, right? Does Elon have a Facebook? I bet. Well,
at least he would have had one.
Well, I would check.
Initial,
but I can't because Facebook's down. So I genuinely don't know the answer to that.
Zuckerberg parody profiles.
And I'm sure that they have ripe opportunities for comedy on the parody channel there. Because that's the number one thing I'm seeing in our comment section is where's Zuckerberg? Okay, so now people are starting to say that it appears to be coming back. So what I'm going to do is we're going to change up our polls.
So
I'm
check
in on my mobile.
You're in on mobile.
Yep.
Find other way, confirm.
Okay.
Continue.
Let's first publish the results of this poll. Does Facebook or Instagram being down affect you? 93% of our audience, we had a few thousand votes. 93% said yes. So now what we're going to do is we're going to create a new poll and ask if Facebook is working for you. Let's do that live. Okay, so
my Instagram mobile, it's saying couldn't refresh feed. So that's not working on my mobile anyway.
So, and then this is
the browser.
My Facebook let me then log in, but now it is like it has to send me a code. So and it's not working right. Like
it still suspects that you are a robot.
Right. It says so they're going to send you. I asked for the code and it didn't send me the code, so we couldn't send the code right now. Try again in a few minutes. So that's why I didn't get it because they couldn't send it.
All right, let's see.
So it looks like they're making some progress because before when I hit my password, it just nothing happened. So
we're making a new poll. We're going to use this as sort of the official litmus test of determining as to whether or not Facebook and Instagram are working at the moment. So we're going to basically make a 4-option poll here. And as you would expect, it's going to be our Facebook and Instagram. In fact, let's bring it up on screen. If we bring it up on screen, then we can show it to you guys. So we'll wait for the poll to be officially built. And there it is. Okay, are Facebook and Instagram working for you? Facebook is working, Instagram is working, both are working, neither are working. You can vote now over at www.heyjb.live. There's also an international means to access this poll if you go to world.heyjb.live. That's the easiest URL that we could come up with for our international audience. Hey, YouTube mods, help us out as far as putting those links on there, because I want to see how many people we can get voting in this poll, because this will help us determine as to whether or not things are working or not. But yeah, we're seeing the results trickle in. All right, so quick test. One more time, going around the horn.
Yep. So Instagram, I can still refresh. I don't know if anything new has come out, and they still have not sent me my code to log back into my Facebook. So I am basically maybe Facebook, no, Instagram, question mark.
Right. All right. So I'm going to try to post a test to my Instagram. All right. All right. So Lee and Chip, we're going to do a selfie here. Okay.
Okay.
You ready? So hold on. Chip, I can put you on this screen so that people can see you. And all right. You guys ready? Smile. All right, so I'm going to put this on my WFLA JB Instagram and just see.
I will see if I can see it.
Is this working? Test. All right, posted. We'll see if that makes it.
Facebook mobile app is still working in that I've been able to open it. I can go through a news feed a little bit, but the stories at the top are not refreshing. So it's not like 100%, even for those that are getting into Facebook, like for the poll purposes. Check full functionality before you answer that poll, because working is not the same as just accessing.
Okay, so I am not seeing the JB post.
So yeah, it's on. Oh, I'm sorry, it's on my story. Oh, okay. Look at this.
Okay.
So check this out.
So it's the stories.
I'm getting I've never seen this. It's a story, alert error. Hold on, let's see if I can put this up. Okay, so I'm putting this up on my Insta. See that? That's what's happening. It's red. It won't let me post my story.
It just gave you a message.
Yeah, no, that was something else.
Oh, okay.
Different other apps are working.
Okay, sorry. I thought it was.
Yeah, Facebook and Instagram are not.
So it did not get your post. So you can see things on it if it was posted before the outage.
Yeah. Chip's
got his
taking his selfie. He's trying the same thing.
Oh, yeah, I'm just curious. I want to see if it does it.
Is anybody out there?
Yeah.
You know what's great? YouTube's working. Shout out to our YouTube audience that's hanging out with us here. We've got about 10,000 in the chat. Let me point this out. So, look, I gotta call X's and O's here. Gotta call balls and strikes, right? I'm gonna call balls and strikes. Usually when you reach out to Facebook, it can be a very difficult process to get any kind of a response. You send it to their press leadership over at Facebook, and getting a response in a quick fashion can be difficult in our industry. I know friends that try to get a hold of Facebook. I know friends that try to reach out to the press team at Meta, and look, I'm sure that they get inundated with tons of requests. We got a response, and Nathaniel Rodriguez, who is our digital content producer, who's writing the updates for WFLA.com, just shot a note over to Meta saying, hey, any update on what's going on? Can we tell people what's going on? Tell them when you expect your servers to be back up and running so that people can access Facebook and Instagram again. And we got a response from a woman by the name of Erin at Meta, who wrote, hi, Nathaniel, please see this tweet. And then sent us the URL for the Andy Stone tweet, Chip. Which, again, can you bring that? You still have that handy? I don't know if you could bring that back up.
I went to his profile so we could look at it without Elon Musk's version of seeing it. So let me scroll and click. All right, so this is Andy Stone, Communications at Meta, and there's the tweets. Still the most recent one, 37 minutes ago. We are aware people are having trouble accessing our services. We are working on this now.
How about that? So that is okay. So Andy here is quickly becoming the the gatekeeper of information when it comes to Facebook and Instagram getting back up and running. So I would imagine that if we're going to get any kind of update, it's going to be through Andy Stone, who I didn't really know existed before today.
And he going to be a very popular or not popular fella.
Watch his follower count. You see his follower count
going up as you refresh.
You hit refresh, Chip, and it went up another 100.
Yeah.
Did it?
It was at 38.9, and now it's at 39.1K followers.
1,000 went up by 1,000. But the people at
there
Facebook
it is.
and Meta, they're having a tough day. This is going to be. They're not going to sleep well tonight.
I think that's fair to say.
So we initially were getting our information from Down Detector, which that's heavily cited in a lot of our areas, our news articles. And so check this out. This was like the peak of reports. 564,951 at 9:27 a.m. Central Time. And so there were enough people aggravated by this that they took the time to go to Down Detector and click to file that they're having a report or a problem with Facebook. More than 500,000 just to do that.
All right. I'm getting word, Chip, that Facebook might be back up.
Well, Instagram's not.
I'm gonna bring you down just
All
so
right.
that you can check there. And Lee, if you want to check here. All right. We're gonna do a quick emoji poll. Thumbs up in YouTube chat. This is for YouTube. Thumbs up if Facebook is working for you now. Thumbs down if it's still not working. And please, this is unscientific. We're just trying to get an idea as to what the latest is. Don't give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down from the check from 10 minutes ago. Check right now on your phone. Try to log into Facebook and jump back over here. And if it's working, give us a thumbs up emoji. If it's not working, give us a thumbs down emoji. And you'd be surprised at how quickly we find out as to if, look, people are saying that Facebook is back up.
Okay.
I'm actually seeing stories on my Facebook. Like I was saying before, I wasn't seeing stories. So those are populating now on the mobile. Let me try logging in on browser.
Yeah, they still can't send me my code on. It says I can either go to another device and log in or send me a text. And then it says, sorry, we can't send you the text. Yeah.
I'm in.
I got messages from Instagram. I mean, I got notifications from Instagram. So
yeah,
this must mean that
I'm in on Facebook and
browser or mobile?
Mobile. So hold on a second. What's interesting to me now is this a whole new set?
I'm in.
You're in. Okay. So is the entire world now trying to log back into Facebook? Yeah. Is that now a server overload nightmare for them? Mm. Because if the word is starting to get out that Facebook is back up, the entire world is going to can Facebook servers handle that pressure?
Well, it worked for me.
I'm going to bring Chip back up. Chip, totally forgot about you.
I mean, it would I'm sure that was a thought process with just getting it all back up and running as quickly as possible. Like, please don't go back down.
Mobile, I'm just attempting browser right now.
Lee, if you lost internet at home, who do you call?
The person that I pay to give me that service.
That is right. If Facebook has...
We don't pay them.
Well, I know that. But what's interesting to me is this is such a massive... is there a guy at Facebook, like the guy who is in charge of getting this back up online? I'm sure it's an entire team of people, right?
It's an entire team of people, yes.
But my goodness, just the amount of traffic that goes through one social media site and then being responsible for getting it back up and running. you could literally imagine hair being on fire
Yes.
over
and,
at Meta.
and
these
it's
days.
not one social media site. It's
Right, it's two.
and Threads.
And
So they
Threads.
got- they
Oh,
have-
that's right. I forget about
And
Threads.
some people use Messenger kind of like a WhatsApp.
Yep.
You know, as a
Yep.
totally different thing. So here, this is my browser attempt. Oh, thank you. I was trying to squeeze it into that box. So I got it, it actually loaded. It let me put in my password. It let me do two-factor, but then at the checkpoint to get through two-factor, it still said something went wrong. So it's not, it may be
Coming back.
intermittently up, but it's not fully up yet.
Right. There's a heartbeat. Right. It's like
And
yeah.
Instagram, still nothing here on the browser anyway.
Wow.
Even switch accounts.
Chip Brewster, formerly of WGN in Chicago, everybody. Hanging
Yeah.
out with us here from the Next Star Media Wire. Pretty cool. Yeah, so okay, so this poll now is almost well, look, we might have to do this and repeat this poll multiple times because there's clearly been obviously a change in the last couple of minutes with Facebook. But yeah, look, no one is saying that both are working.
Okay. So can you show that?
The results?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's share the results for this.
I just got in on the browser.
Woohoo! Neither.
Neither
Lot
are
of neither.
working.
Yikes.
Neither are working. Wow.
And
you know
that
what?
the sweet 2% are like, yeah, everything's working for me.
Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with you guys. Yeah, all right, so look, we're calling it as it is on this stream, right? I'm just thinking about all the Grandpa Joes and Grandma Janes right
Yeah.
now who love being on Facebook.
But
Right.
Mimi, Emily, my mom, like I was like,
Yeah.
please it's okay. It's not working right now.
Yeah. We all have that parent or grandparent or aunt or uncle and that loves to spend their mornings or their entire days on Facebook. And I'm just thinking about how frustrated they might be right now because, okay, for us, if you're somewhat tech savvy, okay, you're just going to try to figure out what's going on and trying to go to other media. But there are a lot of older folks out there that exclusively use Facebook, that think of, all the other junk out there, you know, and then not name dropping platforms here specifically, but those platforms, not going to use those platforms. Facebook is the platform for me. It's the most user friendly for me. It's the one I've been using for the longest. And it's the one I'm the most comfortable with. And they're probably not able to go onto other social media platforms to find out what's going on, like some younger, more tech savvy people, I'm sure. So, yeah, it's just, I'm just thinking about them right now,
Yeah.
and probably them being quite frustrated.
And thinking that I can't do it today. Like something that they are somehow responsible. They logged out accidentally. They don't know how to log back in.
Right.
I mean, it's frustrating even when you kind of know things to be like, what happened? I mean, just Chip was saying, one of the people he works with was like, I was hacked. It's just me. And so imagine if you don't have access to all the other information to think it's definitely just me. And that's
Right.
kind of, I am kind of sad for the folks who are sitting at home right now thinking that something's wrong with their system, their iPad, whatever.
Yeah.
Allegedly,
Okay.
I've been able to log in on the browser, and I've gone ahead and routed our stream into my Facebook page just to see
Oh, okay.
different things are connecting. So on the Chip Brewster, it's just Chip Brewster Facebook page, this stream should now be there according to what I'm looking at, but I have to try and double check that somehow.
I'll also pass along. So Facebook has transformed quite a bit, or I should say Meta has really transformed a bit as a company in the last 5 years. As you would expect, really any social media platform. Social media platforms are always adapting and transforming. Hey, look, is that us live?
That's
Okay.
us live on my
Right,
Facebook
yeah,
page.
let's
Okay.
bring that up.
So
Oh, well, this is going to get real weird.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Now we're gonna go into.
oh wow.
We're gonna
Yeah.
go. We're gonna go down the tunnel, right? That's what's gonna happen. It's
Just wait for it to go full screen.
Yep,
There
and
it
then-
is.
Yep.
All right. Well,
I
life is getting back to normal.
It is. We're slowly but surely getting there. But I want to point this out. I used to know a lot of people at Facebook. just from the work that I do in live streaming, I used to be able to just text somebody over at Facebook and say, hey, like, what's going on over there? Are you guys all right? You know, because this is the first outage. And in the past, I'll just shoot them a text and be like, hey, everything okay? Any updates? Anything I could share with our newsroom here, our staff? And I don't know anybody over there anymore. Facebook has experienced layoffs, as many large companies have in recent years. But Facebook, it really, again, I keep saying Facebook, but it's Meta. The company has really transformed in the last several years, and people have told me that that Meta from 5 years ago is completely different than the Meta that exists today. So it's just, it's interesting now that we have this outage, and I don't know who to. I mean, we reached out to the press team, and that's really all we have.
And we got a link to a tweet back.
Right, that's right. Speaking of which,
I have been checking. I've been refreshing. No additional tweets yet from Andy Stone. So that last one we've been talking about 48 minutes ago at this point.
Okay.
And nothing updated.
So just as a new update, that code that I asked for, however many long, it just texted to me.
Oh,
so,
okay.
So that's how long that the code to text to get back into my Facebook now just sent out. So
that's a good sign. I refreshed this poll. So we have restarted this poll now that Facebook appears to be back up and running for some users, including Chip, Lee, and myself, it would appear. And we are still getting a dramatic amount of people in this poll, but we're going to continue to let the votes come in. Again, you can vote on www.heyjb.live. Yes, we got.
Throw me up.
Yeah.
This is interesting. You know how this works. So I just threw it on my Facebook page just for a test, but I'm getting people that are popping in. Oh, it's not quite working with your thing. Hold on, I can fix that. There we go.
I was about to lower my banner for you.
That's all good. So these are people that they're not my followers. They're noting, hey, I was just watching on YouTube and switched this. So they saw that I was able at least to get into my YouTube and they're appreciating the slower chat on my page because that's standard on my page. But we're getting some updates here as well. I don't know if that one's legit saying that Netflix is down, but yeah, a lot of people. There's another one, Tara. Codes are taking forever, just like Lee was saying. So look at this. Look at that. Look at that. People.
Now back.
So people are clearly accessing Facebook. Billy and
these were people watching the live stream on YouTube, obviously. So there we go.
Guys, give Chip a follow while he's there.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a good guy, handsome dude. Come on, you guys. Chip's a good dude. Joining us from the Next Star Media Wire, Chip Brewster, Lee Span, meteorologist here at WFLA. I'm JB here in the Stream Center, and so we're just awaiting any kind of an update. But in the meantime, let's go to the comment section. If you use hashtag HeyJB or really any hashtag here on your screen, we will bring it up on screen. You can make a point. You could ask a question, maybe something that we have missed. Is Netflix down? Oh, my God.
I'm literally checking. Just to be sure.
The Love is Blind crowd would lose it. There's a big episode or something, my wife says, that's coming out soon.
Oh, yeah. Blame it on your wife.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Anonymous says, hashtag HeyJB Meta. It's you. I don't know what that means. Meta?
Netflix is definitely working for me.
All right. Netflix is working for you. Again, use any hashtag on your screen, hashtag HeyJB, hashtag HeyLee, hashtag HeyChip, and we'll bring your comments up on screen, you guys.
Hashtag HeyChip. JB, this is my first hashtag HeyChip experience.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Oh,
so magical.
Yeah, it's fun, man. Let's get some hashtag HeyChips going.
I don't know about what the stock is doing, but
yeah. So Meta stock. Yeah. So it's down.
just like their platform, it's down.
To the surprise of absolutely nobody. Yeah, look, Meta stock went down. Would appear about $7, about 1.5% down today. So definitely a tick downwards, but it has since recovered since 10:45 a.m. It went down to a stock price of approximately $488. It bottomed out at 488 and has now rebounded to about 490 after starting the day at 495. So it's fluctuating. I think it's fair to say down with some fluctuations. But yeah, of course. That's any more tweets from Elon, by the way? I'm sure that he's
Here, I'll refresh. I have his and Andy Stone's pages up. Nothing from Andy, though his follower count continues to increase. And no, the most recent from Elon remains that GIF with the penguins.
what is what is Andy's follower count up to, Chip?
It's currently at refresh 42.1. Oh, that's
Yeah.
that's about where it was, wasn't it?
No, it was
Yeah,
at no, it was
it-
at 36,000. So I mean,
Oh.
he's gotten like 5,000 people.
What does it mean when the Facebook like comms guy is seeing his Twitter/X profile get a lot of followers? What does that mean?
It's not good for him.
It's
That's
probably
not great for him.
great. Yeah.
You know what though? Respectfully, if Twitter or X went down,
Mm-hmm.
there would probably be a post on Facebook.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, you have to get that information out somewhere, even if it is through a competitor's platform, because people are clamoring to know what is happening to their preferred social media site. And so they will go and seek that information out. And if you're not controlling your message, even if it's through a competitor's site, then all you're getting is GIFs by your competitor's CEO or owner.
And we have to call it for both sides here, Chip, too. We remember Governor DeSantis when he announced his campaign for president. That, of course, big news here where we are in Florida. That Twitter space suffered just a myriad of problems and issues.
Yeah.
So, look, sometimes it's going to be Facebook. Other times it's going to be, X or TikTok. Even though I don't really think that there's been too many TikTok outages. Priyanshu says #KJB. Could it be a cyber attack?
I'm sure they're looking at it, but I think they are, the fact that it's coming up so quickly. I mean, who knows? They'll let us know, right?
Yeah.
They're super transparent about things. They'll definitely let us know.
Blackout asks #KJB. Do you feel like this is a drill? No. If you do a drill, you're not. I mean, this would be a drill gone wrong, but it's not a drill. No, that I can't see a scenario where this was at any level prepared for or staged for people to be able to respond to something like this in the future. I just can't.
So just to check back in, I don't know about you guys, my Facebook mobile and browser both look like they're fully functioning at this point, but my Instagram browser continues to say something went wrong and could not load. And I was just about to check my Instagram mobile as well to see if there's anything different. No, it still says couldn't refresh feed and still has the upload error for that quick photo that I experienced, just like you did, JB, into my story. So they're working on it. They're working on it.
Callie says #KJB. Facebook and Meta are working. Oh, this is interesting. Fred says #KJB. Even the Meta Quest VR is down. I didn't think of that. The VR headset.
Right.
We were talking about the metaverse.
The
earlier.
metaverse. That's what we were talking
So
about it, but I assumed it also went down. I mean, that's what I assumed.
Right. So if this is a outage widespread across the company, right? So that would be, to your point, Facebook, Instagram, Threads. Which look, I'm guilty. I forgot about Threads.
Because we don't use it.
Sorry, suck. Yeah, I forgot about Threads. And then the metaverse. So was the metaverse down today? I mean, Fred is saying that
it was.
Carrie B is noting, all right, it's Super Tuesday. Okay, that will launch this into the realm of the conspiracy theorists out there as to, with of course the it being a very important election year. Could any connections there? There has been right. So other people asking that as well, including Logic here. This happens on Super Tuesday. Coincidence or not? People are going to connect those dots. There's no doubt. This is a very important election day here in the United States. For those of you joining us internationally, it's Super Tuesday. And Facebook, the largest social media platform in the country, going down, in addition to Instagram, which is owned by, again, the parent company of Meta. Yes, there's going to be people that are going to connect those dots, but we have seen absolutely nothing. We have nothing to report that suggests that there is a connection between Super Tuesday and this Facebook Instagram outage. So yes, people are going to start asking those questions, and we're going to just continuously point out that there is no connection
And
at this time. But
to Chip's point,
worth
he said that, you know, if you don't control your narrative, people are going to fill it. And right now, Facebook Meta has not put out a lot of information. So people are already starting to fill that void with, is this a conspiracy? Is this a cyber attack? So I do think that even in, like Chip said, even if it's coming through Twitter, through X, they need to continue to update people, or the conspiracies will continue to grow and become solidified in people's heads because they're not being taken down.
Tracy says the Oculus VR is down to, we just got a bunch of comments. Where to go? There it is. My New World is convinced that the aliens have attacked. So once you just dip your toe in the conspiracy theorist pool, you get aliens. So now we're in alien territory.
I'm not saying it's aliens.
Right. But we're not saying it's aliens, right, Lee? Come on, we got to play along. Look, I really, Meta Quest app, David says, is not working. So yeah, I didn't think Chip, you want to do a quick look and see if there's, it's funny. I'm going to ask you on YouTube to check on X if you could look about the Facebook outage to see if it's affecting the metaverse. Were you able to follow that there?
I understand.
Okay.
I followed your thread.
Oh my goodness. Wait a minute. I have a button for that. Wow. Bravo, sir. Yeah, that you followed the thread very well there. Mishka asking, is WhatsApp down? No, WhatsApp is a completely different service, completely separate of Meta, if I'm not mistaken, right? WhatsApp, I think, taps into Facebook.
Yeah, I don't think it's owned or operated by, but it does.
Oh, no,
work
I'm sorry.
through.
No, wait, I'm wrong.
Oh.
It is owned by Meta.
Okay.
I'm sorry. No, that's right.
Now, I did not think about that, because around the world, the WhatsApp is how people communicate. So
yes,
it
is the messaging platform of choice internationally,
yes,
as I understand it. Yeah. So no, I am sorry that I forgot that Meta was involved in that. So
I think they bought it. I think it was separate, and maybe they bought it. So maybe the servers aren't in the same place. If it's still working, it could be because they purchased it and the servers are in a different spot.
All right, you got another homework assignment there, Chip. If you could check out WhatsApp and Metaverse. It's a great question, though. It's so funny. We're like so focused on Facebook and Instagram that we forget about Threads. Or you didn't forget about Threads.
Well,
I did. Forget about the Metaverse. Forget about WhatsApp. Jim says WhatsApp is working in Ohio.
Okay, good. So maybe but when they acquire them, maybe there's a way that their servers aren't connected as much. Oh, we can't hear Chip.
Oh, Chip.
Can't hear you.
You're muted. Or I lost you. Oh no, I can read your lips. We have lost Chip Brewster. Chip, I'm gonna restart the call.
See, it's not a conspiracy. Things just sometimes don't work. And when we're,
unless someone's coming after us now. Yeah. We're just your friendly neighborhood live streamers
right,
at WFLA, okay?
We're just
and
talking.
Meteorologists.
Yes, I'm a live streaming meteorologist. But now that things are starting to come back, Facebook, Instagram, as I mentioned earlier, Kurt says that Instagram is back. All those the influencers and things, like, it wasn't out long enough, I think, to have necessarily cost a lot of people a lot of money, because they, what was it? Fully about an hour where it was down. So hopefully that kept the Instagram, the folks who make money on Instagram and posts, maybe it's not so bad for them. Why is it down? Isn't that the question?
Kaylee wants to know, why is it down? I think if I knew, I think I would have a lot more to share. But yeah, no, unfortunately, we don't know why until Andy shares an update. That is pretty much the direction that we have been pointed in. would appear that now Chip is also coming back into the chat. But Andy has not posted. All right, Chip, microphone check. 1 2 1 2.
Oh no, still no.
All
Is it
right.
on our end?
Yeah. Oh, he sees levels. Okay, so that means it's on my end. How about that? Oh yes, Chip says it's on his end.
He is concurring that it is on your end.
All right.
Now I will say, JB, I don't know if this helps you or hurts you, or if this means anything. When you made the sound effect is the last time I heard him.
Oh no.
So
did the sound effect
I
break
don't
it?
No, but
Chip, give me 90.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a problem. We can't not have Chip. We're gonna fix that. In the meantime, as that gets fixed,
and
what
because
else?
we usually get most of our comments from these platforms, right? At least through Facebook. I mean, I know YouTube also, but when we do these live streams, JB, don't we normally get a lot of comments from our Facebook feed? So the fact that we are now getting these comments from other places means that people had to go to other places. Is it really YouTube?
I think I'm following you
Yeah.
there. It's interesting that, look, we haven't had too many problems with YouTube in the past. Facebook is a place that we get a good amount of engagement. YouTube as well. I think it depends on the story.
Okay.
And clearly, with a Facebook is down story, YouTube is going to be
Clearly,
the place.
yes.
But again, and it also depends on how local the story is for us. It can really vary when it comes to which kind of story applies to which kind of platform. We've done live work on TikTok. We've done live work on Instagram. We've done live work on YouTube, Facebook, WFLA.com, WFLA's app. We do a lot of different live stream. We have a lot of different live streaming franchises here at WFLA. And, but Facebook, Facebook, it depends on the story. I think it's hit or miss. All right. If we can get Chip back up and running, we got to rescue Chip. Chip's on an island.
A silent island. And he made sure to tell us that it's not his fault.
Yeah.
I see levels. It's your fault. It was clear what he was telling us. But, JB has set up this really amazing setup here in the WFLA Now studios. But think about, we have little technical issues sometimes, right? Imagine if you have this set up for the world. You have 1 billion people who are using your platform, and how those tiny little issues get magnified when millions and millions of people are trying to access it. So I think we are just a little microcosm of showing, like, when you connect a bunch of computers, little things can go wrong. Are we back?
Huh?
Chip?
Oh no. Where's Chip?
Oh, he can't see. Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Something about a T?
Yeah, no, I know what he's trying to. I know what he's trying trying to get you
The
back.
guys behind the scenes can hear each other's thoughts. That's just crazy. Because I know I use this setup, Chip, once a week, and when things go wrong, I'm all it's texting JB. All right, come on in here, JB.
Lee, it's all yours. I need 90 seconds.
Okay. So we've been looking at Instagram. We've been looking at Facebook. For those of you who might be just joining us, the first thing that came up on my mobile app was that you've been logged out, which a lot of people got, and a lot of people thought that meant that maybe they had been hacked individually, but instead it was universally across the board. Either your Facebook and your Instagram feeds just stopped updating, or you were actually logged out. So with my Instagram, it never logged me out. I just couldn't. There wasn't any update to the feed. Whatever I could see, whatever had already been in my feed, which was hundreds of scroll. I could scroll back through, and eventually I was able to get back. But for Facebook, it was harder for me because I logged in, I hit my password, which I normally don't have to do for my mobile app, and it said, okay, we are going to send you that code to double verify, double verification or whatever. And so I was like, okay, yeah, send me that code. And I waited 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 and it didn't send me that code. So then I started to think, did I do something wrong? Because with technology, a lot of us do sometimes think, what have I done? What did I do wrong? JB is frantically working to see what has happened on the back end of this so we can hear Chip again. So same thing everyone does when their technology goes down. So eventually, once people started to comment and Chip and JB were like, okay, it looks like Facebook is back up. I just hit refresh on my Facebook app and it worked. It was another 5 to 10 minutes before that code came through. So if I were waiting for that, it would have taken a little bit longer for me to get back into if I had not heard that, okay, try refreshing it. So it is a process for every single person now, because a lot of times it's not just the Facebook you have on your mobile device. You're also on your computer, and it's probably on your computer at home, and it's probably on your computer at work. And so every time you go to one of those, you may have to encounter, some sort of, it may work, but you may have to do one of those refreshes. Look who's back. JB's back.
I'm back.
I talked for a minute and a half.
This is my last ditch effort, Chip. All right, fingers crossed that we get you back. We got you?
Oh, yeah?
Oh, okay.
We hear ya.
We're back.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
I can't see you, but I don't care.
You can't see me.
Oh.
I know. It's just black. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
So,
I can hear you.
So just so everyone knows, while I was talking, JB had his flashlight out and he was crawling on the table. It was impressive.
If they had seen from this vantage point
you
what
should
I was
have put
doing.
that up there. It was very impressive.
Lee, how are you able to keep a straight face? That was pretty fun.
Tried to stare directly into the camera.
Did you get your answer while I was away? Because I just got it before all that happened.
Answer to what? And my mind is scrambled.
Yeah.
The Meta servers and the Quest VR headsets.
Okay, we did not get it. No.
They are down. They
Okay.
are also
Oh,
down,
wow.
as is WhatsApp. So this is truly, we had the tip of the iceberg here because we were thinking about the different platforms that we focus on.
Mhm.
But yeah, those Quest headsets, all unusable right now with Meta servers down. WhatsApp, the much bigger impact
Yeah.
internationally, down. Now I will say Facebook functionality has been returning in the different places I've been refreshing while I've been waiting for JB to unplug and replug the thing. And my Instagram on both mobile and desktop, the feed has returned. I can't tell you how up to date. Oh, it just actually updated on its own. So things are starting to. Other people are calling into computer spaces and unplugging and replugging things
Yes.
back in.
Yes.
Mhm. That's what I said. Think about this as like a small microcosm of, having to do the workarounds and the crawling around and the behind the scenes. Imagine that happening right now at Facebook or Meta. You know that there are some people who are having the worst day. The worst day.
ever. Yeah. And have some difficult questions to answer later. But look, that's technology.
It is.
Things break. Even something as large as Facebook can break, or Instagram, or the metaverse. But okay, so all right, so promise here. Again, you can use any hashtags on your screen. I'm fully back and engaged in the comment section. Any hashtag on your screen, from hashtag #HeyChip, hashtag #HeyLee, hashtag #HeyJB, and I can bring it up here in the comment section. Meta Quest is working now for me.
Okay.
Are there any? I'm curious. I don't know enough about the metaverse to know if there are any industries or any services that really rely on the metaverse to be. Did somebody lose a lot of money today when the metaverse went down? I mean, look, you could probably point to Facebook and Instagram being the outage impacting businesses and impacting various services, and for us even in the news, when a social media platform goes down and you're not able to use it to your advantage, there is going to be a financial component to that. But with the metaverse, I just don't know enough about it. Were people losing their minds today over the metaverse being down? Or is it just because you want to get in that lightsaber battle with Darth Vader and you weren't able to do that for an hour or so, or a couple hours or so?
You took that headset off and everything's back to normal every
Right.
little bit. So you're like,
Right.
okay.
Were people in the metaverse
Yeah,
when the outage happened,
sure.
and then they took off and they're like, oh, the world.
The world.
I mean, I don't know.
I don't know either.
Do you know anybody in your life that
Nope.
lives in VR a lot? I don't.
I don't even know that. Well, I mean, there may be somebody who's just never told me that even owns a VR headset.
Really?
I mean, certainly not enough to talk about it if they have one.
Chip, your kids, anything, any of your family members in the metaverse?
We don't make that kind of money. What you talking about? No,
Yeah.
I don't know anyone.
Which is, we're people in news, in technology, and the fact that we don't know anyone. I mean, it's, between 3 people, I feel like that might be a little telling. All services.
Bricks says,
Wow.
hashtags first all services working fine in Lebanon.
Welcome to.
Well, that's helpful.
Threads is up.
Yeah.
Because Bricks in Lebanon is having more success than, let's see here. Stephanie joining us from, I don't know where Stephanie's joining us from, doesn't say, but everything on my Insta is gone. That would stink. Okay, if your Instagram was just disintegrated and you like lost everything on your Instagram, that would stink.
Yeah.
Imagine if you lost your social media profile and something like this. That would be really lousy.
Because we save a lot of things on there. I mean, boy, when you get those Facebook memories from 15 years ago, when Facebook was new and fun and novel, when you're like, wow, the things that I told people on, of what I was, doing, it's like, oh, interesting. I thought people should know that.
It's so funny you mentioned Facebook
Oh, wait.
memories. Team Brittany says social media influencers are losing their mind. Chip,
Yeah.
what do you got? I'm
Just
bringing it
like
up full.
Threads. I'm into
Threads.
Threads.
Okay.
Threads.
Threads again, I can't say anything about full function with all of these sites because it's just because you get into it, just because a feed loads doesn't mean you're getting the latest, doesn't mean you can post, doesn't mean to the commenter that all of your things are there, but it's just showing some kind of progress on whatever caused this massive outage at Meta and affected all of these different services: Facebook, Instagram, Threads, Messenger, WhatsApp, Quest VR headsets. I don't know if there are other Meta services that we're not even really discussing at this point, but bit by bit, we're seeing that come back to life.
SG says Facebook and Instagram up and running in India. That's also helpful to know. Lee, I know you got to get going. Appreciate you spending part of your morning
Yeah.
/ afternoon with us.
I'm going to go post on social media.
Okay.
Okay, so
You're gonna go- you let us know how that
Will
goes
do.
for you. All right, Lee Span, everybody, give her a follow. Everybody on social. She's our morning meteorologist here at WFLA, and she also has a show called Run for Fun. It's very popular, and so we really appreciate her spending time with us. Chip, it's back to you and me.
All right. I'm just checking in. There's no updates from Andy Stone. That's that official Meta communications person that, as you said, your digital producer was told by Facebook, go to his Twitter X profile. And it's still just that same post about an hour ago at this point. He's got 44.8 thousand followers. So people are definitely adding the follow to him just to wait and see the next update. So people want to know from Meta directly what is going on.
Yeah, we hope to get some kind of update. But here's the thing. You want to know if Facebook's up and running again? Just watch our YouTube numbers. Our YouTube numbers have been cut in half, which probably means that things are stabilizing because less people are looking for any information when it comes to Facebook and Instagram or Meta being down. And so that's a pretty good indicator. This is probably my favorite comment of the day. Hashtag HeyJB from Not Your Average Grandma. My household has 5 VRs. Life is going to be awful after school. Oh my goodness.
That's the after school. Like that is what they do. I mean, I get that.
Do kids really do that? Will kids like go home after school and put on their VR and go into the metaverse and stuff?
I mean, it's a different way to hang out. And I will say, if you think about the pandemic time when kids couldn't hang out in person, I'm sure we've got not quite a full generation, but a span of 3 to 5 years of kids that was how they were first hanging out with friends during the pandemic, was connecting virtually. So I can see that having taken a place in some households like that, like Not Your Average Grandma.
I would get off the school bus and I would go run inside, grab a bite to eat, and then I would knock on my buddy Ben's house, RJ's house, and Sean's house and say, let's go over and play some basketball. I don't people putting on their VR headsets after school to hang out is just such a foreign concept to me. I can't even imagine it. But yeah, no, and people are noting that, look, she's right back here, Not Your Average Grandma. All my grandkids are COVID kids, definitely play after school. Wow, yeah, it's pretty interesting.
It is. I've got a couple of comments coming in as well about that. Well, one person using their VR headset daily to work out. So there are more uses. That makes sense. That's good motivation. Oh, do you want me to bring them up?
Yeah, well, I got you full.
I put up the YouTube stream just so I could see kind of what's happening on the stream.
I got you full.
All right. And you still have that. I move this back. I'll move that up. Okay, here we go. This one. So Lois Elliott, I use my VR headset daily to work out.
Wow.
So there's definitely a need of those servers for Lois. An interesting one. Hashtag ChipJB, definitely working on laptop, nothing on either Android smartphone. Techie at 70 years old. Way to go, Nanette.
I love it. Buck the trend.
Getting a lot of comments, as I'm sure you've been saying as well, from around the world at this point. And this is even on my Facebook. People saying that everything seems to be normal in Indonesia, which that actually leads to a question as far as server location. You know, is it all of it's located in Mountain View in one place, or do they have different hubs around the world where, yeah, we may be seeing this major outage in the US, maybe North America, but over in Indonesia, everything is normal. But it's also vastly different time of day there.
Bringing it back up. Internationally, I'd be very curious to know the social media platform of choice by country. I need that map in my life. I would love to see a map of all the countries in the world and to see the most used social media platform by country. Wouldn't that be fascinating? Okay,
I bet that exists.
I bet you it exists somewhere.
Someone on the internet has made this map.
Yeah, like, okay, so if you look at China, this is the number one social media platform there. If you go to South Africa, that's their social media platform of choice. Also, let me ask you this question. I want to ask people this question. We're gonna do a quick. You know what? We're gonna do this exclusively for the YouTube chat. Okay. Where's YouTube? Okay, here we go. We're gonna make a YouTube poll. We don't do this too often, but I want to do a quick. I'm gonna call this a flash poll.
I found a world map of social networks.
Do you consider YouTube to be a social media site? Yes or no? Flash poll. So if we were looking around the world and we were looking at different social media platforms, social media sites, here in the United States, I still think I've seen research that Facebook is king.
Yeah. So I'm looking at it's I don't want to show it because I don't have the rights to show it, but just the information on this website, vincos.it, they got credits from looks like it's their own sourcing, so that also makes it kind of tricky. But according to this company, Facebook is the dominant social media platform, certainly North America, South America, Africa, Europe. You get it over to Asia and it goes to WeChat for China. There's Instagram in the Middle East, and then for Russia it's something called VK. I don't actually know what that is. Just according to this one site, this one company.
Is it government run?
Tied to Russian government. Yes.
I mean, these are the
Sold
questions,
by Megaphone.
Man. Wow. All right, more questions and comments coming in. Okay, so the Buzz Philippines, hashtag HJB, do you think that the outage is caused by a system overload? I don't know if it was okay. I'm going to say it was just any other Tuesday. You could make the argument, well, it's Super Tuesday, yes, and then, of course, all the conspiracy theorists are going to be, just rubbing their hands together, ready for the next conversation starter. Because, look, and I think that it's a fair conversation, or at least a fair question to ask. Is there any correlation with this being a very significant day on the political calendar and there being problems with the country's number one most used social media platform? It is a fair question to ask. It's not fair to connect dots just yet until, the proper digging is done and, the journalism process plays out with us speaking to the correct people about it. But Given that the two are falling on the same day, yeah, it's absolutely a fair question to ask. But is the outage caused by a system overload? You'd be surprised. You'll hear updates every now and again about outages that occur with a lot of different industries, whether it's social media, whether it's banking, whether it's commerce. There's so many different industries that, of course, rely on massive server traffic to be able to, for their job, for things to be able to work. And so you'd be surprised at how often it'll be something to the effect of, oh, we had an update that had some bad code in it, and we had to roll back because a system update was unsuccessful, and this caused our servers to go down. It's not, people want to point to some nefarious thing, Chip, and say, oh my goodness, it's a cyber attack, or oh my goodness, it's related to it being an election day or an important day on the election calendar. We want to point to so many different things, but sometimes it might be something as simple and as boring as, we had an update that we thought was going to be successful, and nope, it was a total disaster, and we're rolling it back.
Well, AT&T, as an example,
yes,
there was the recent outage there, and that was, as I recall, a bad piece of code. Exactly to your point.
Yep. Sometimes it's just bad code.
Weeks ago.
Yeah, that's right. The AT&T one was a huge deal. All right, we're going to end the flash poll at about 1,000 votes. We asked.
Good. I was hoping to find out an update on this poll.
Yes. Do you consider YouTube to be a social media site, Chip? What do you consider?
I do. I do in general. I was going to say specifically with live streams, because you are socially interacting, but even on recorded videos, there are conversations happening in there. It's like if you said, is Reddit a social media site? I would say it is. Conversations are happening. Things are being discussed. People are meeting people, even if you have no idea their actual real name. Those Reddit handles are awesome. But I would say myself, YouTube, yes.
Yeah, no, I think YouTube is a social media platform. It is social, and it's got a whole lot of media. And I think that while it's not that simple, I understand that. I'm giving a very, first grade sort of definition as to what a social media platform is. It is a place where people engage, a place where people interact. It's just a unique social media platform because it is so video driven. And but you can make a post on YouTube. You can make a post on your phone or on your desktop. Just make a post. Just tell your subscribers, hey,
there's a community tab on YouTube channels.
Let's see here. Looking for other comments. Did we lose the YouTube chat? No. We still have it. I'm sorry. The poll, I was scrolled up for the poll.
I'll tell you, hey, while you're looking through some things on Instagram, I'm on the desktop version, the browser version, and looking at WGN News just because that's where it was stuck when I logged in. There's a post from 1 minute ago. So now I've seen a successful post to Instagram. I went to the mobile app, same thing. I'm seeing posts. That one that I did anyway, yours is probably still the same, for the story, is still saying that it upload failed and it has not fixed itself. But it seems some more functionality has now returned to Instagram. And also let me refresh just to double check. No updates from Andy Stone on X, the communications for Meta at this point.
All right, let's look at the current poll on the center of your screen, folks, and let's animate the results there, because we need to refresh this poll now and get a new slew of updates. So we started this one, I think, around 20, 30 minutes ago. Our Facebook and Instagram working for you, and still a lot of people. But look, this poll is unscientific. It's a social media-based poll. And I want to point out that this poll, too, likely people that are finding the poll are people that are looking for information about Facebook and Instagram not working. So it's going to be heavily skewed towards people that are saying that it's not working. I want to refresh the poll now.
You refresh. I just refreshed Down Detector, which is a source for media when things like this happen. It's cited in numerous articles, including ours, and all of the sites that had that huge spike. And what's funny about that is there are some that had a spike that did not have an actual crash happen, but Facebook, Instagram, Messenger, WhatsApp, it was that spike, and it's just been falling. So there's not a continuing outage that is causing people to go and seek out this information or even add to the information as far as reporting to Down Detector that they cannot log in, refresh, et cetera, et cetera. So yeah.
By the way, if you're the CEO of Down Detector, you're sipping a martini on your yacht today, right? I mean, this is the type of day that your service really shines, no?
Yeah. And it's becoming the go-to. As I said, it's cited frequently in journalism because it's a central source, and it's one that it's an aggregator. It just collects information from people experiencing that thing. Now, to that point, it's also very unscientific, much like these polls, because it's solely dependent on people clicking a button saying, yes, this is happening. There's no follow-up to it. There's no confirmation of who you are. You don't even have to log in. So we do take it at face value, and that's also a big reason that we attribute to Down Detector, because we're trying to say, hey, okay, we're getting this kind of information, but it's from this kind of source. Here's what we got right now. And then it's always those follow-up stories, of course, where the media does its job and gets the comments direct from the company. Hey, what happened? What was the actual outage numbers, et cetera? So even though we are on the declining side of this outage, there's a lot more information that will be coming out, and you can be sure to find it on your local Nexstar station website.
Yeah, we're going to be wrapping up here in about 10 minutes or so. Another 10 minutes with Chip Brewster of the Nexstar Media Wire. I'm JB Biunno at WFLA in the Stream Center. I like this comment just because, some tongue-in-cheek humor from official Mudwolf. Hashtag AJB and Chip. Facebook and Instagram are back up here in sunny Silicon Valley. Skynet is also back online. Yeah, no, Skynet always makes its way. So people who don't know what Skynet is, it's worth a Google. But Terminator movies are always going to be part of the conversation whenever we have something like services going down. And yeah, go watch the Terminator movies. Yeah,
Andy Stone has posted an update.
Okay, I'm going to you full.
A minute ago. I'm making it large. There we go. Go ahead. Throw me up. 1 minute ago, earlier today, a technical issue caused people to have difficulty accessing some of our services. We resolved the issue as quickly as possible for everyone who was impacted, and we apologize for any inconvenience. So there's not really detail there. They named it a technical issue. So yeah, and by not much detail, I mean no detail. The technical issue. That's what we've got from Andy Stone.
All right.
But he sure makes it sound like that it has been resolved. Here's that past tense. We resolved the issue. There you go. I will let my my counterparts know.
I'm doing the same here, Chip.
Gotcha.
And Chip, we're gonna do a quick video for our website. You and I really. Quickly.
Give me the script to put in my teleprompter.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. All right, Chip. You want to pop back on camera and we'll do this video for our website really quickly. We'll do it live. JB. Oh no, that's actually the least ban button. Okay. In fact, as a matter of fact, let's just hit a couple buttons here and put away the poll just for 1 second, and then we'll come back and we'll continue to answer some questions. So some news just into the Stream Center. JB here with Chip Brewster of the Nexstar Media Wire. Facebook and Instagram services being restored across the country and, of course, in other places around the world after a technical issue. Now, we go, ironically, to X, Chip, for Facebook's comms person that we've been told to follow for an update after this technical issue caused this Facebook and Instagram outage this morning.
Yeah, you've pretty much listed the entire tweet as well. Andy Stone, who is communications with Meta, earlier today, a technical issue caused people to have difficulty accessing some of our services. We resolved the issue as quickly as possible for everyone who was impacted, and we apologize for any inconvenience. So leaving out really all detail, even talking about how it was resolved, just simply saying at this point, it has been resolved, though anecdotally, there are still some lingering effects. I'm sure, though, those will be worked out here in the very near future.
We're coming across almost 12:30 Eastern, 11:30 Central, and we can tell you that we are following a lot of what people are saying here on social media, and they are saying the same thing, that Facebook and Instagram are, again, working for them. Chip and I have logged on I think, multiple different devices, and we're able to get back on in a lot of different places. In fact, Chip is live streaming right now. Any and all updates we'll make available to you on WFLA.com and your Nexstar sister station website and application. You can follow more for updates there. And with that, Chip and I will now go back and start answering some more questions. Chip? Oh, I'm sorry, what was that?
I said that was magical.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I can't even see you, so I'm just winging it. Like, I think I need to put the tweet up now. So I hope that was what you wanted.
Yeah, no, that was perfect. We need to, guys, we need to record videos for our website and for our app when we can. Let's see here. So can we just, before we, everybody, you can use hashtag HeyJB, hashtag HeyChip in the Stream Center. I've got your comments pulled up here if you use one of those hashtags, and I can animate your comment on screen. You can also go to heyjb.live, by the way, and vote in our new poll. Let's actually put that poll back up on screen. Let's see. There it is. So let us know. Are things still working for you out there? Let us know. Vote in the comment section. Go to heyjb.live or world.heyjb.live. And this is interesting. Raphael.
I want to do another one of these tests too. You keep doing your thing. I'm just going to.
All right. Raphael says hashtag HeyJB and hashtag HeyChip. What are your personal opinions on this? I don't really have much of a personal opinion on it. I have a professional opinion. My professional opinion is very simple, that technology breaks and that sometimes things go wrong. Now, the real question here is to whether or not this is something that was done with intent or whether or not this is something that was accidental. Was this a bad piece of code? Or was this something where Facebook suffered some kind of an attack? We can only go by what Andy Stone is saying on X. And he is saying, earlier today, a technical issue caused people having difficulty accessing some of our services. We resolved the issue as quickly as possible. For anyone who was impacted, we apologize for any inconvenience. Yes, that's a very corporate sort of PR statement, apologizing to people for the outage. But there is nothing in this tweet/post about there being anything deliberate. And we have to point that out. He doesn't state that there was some kind of an attack. Obviously, Facebook, Meta, if you will do their own internal investigation, Chip, and they'll have to figure out exactly what caused this. And really, will they ever actually tell us what went wrong? Will it be 3 weeks from now when they're going to say, hey, remember that outage on March 5th? We actually found out that the reason for it was because of insert reason here. I mean, we really don't know. Sometimes you hear about the outages later, and sometimes they just fade into the history books and you never hear another thing about it ever again.
JB, do me a favor and see if the post on my story, my Instagram story, made it through. It looks like it did. And that would be, for me, I'd be like, all right, I feel like functionality has returned to such a degree that perhaps we are all.
Look at this guy. There he is.
Yeah.
There he is.
All right.
Go follow Chip Brewster on Instagram. He's a good dude. And
as far as I can answer that question too, that comment, personal opinion is just this, tech stuff is tricky. Like, people don't realize the amount that goes into, and you and I are running a very, what I would say, simple setup, and this is complex. So coincidence happens as far as dates, that it's Super Tuesday, and it's really, really easy to form theories and conspiracies when you start to connect dots without any real reason to connect those dots. So my personal opinion is that more than likely this was nothing nefarious, but I do hold out any kind of judgment. I'm certainly not saying I believe that is 100% what happened. I'm, as the journalist side of me, I'm just interested in getting to the why, and hopefully we do indeed get that information from the company, if not other companies, depending on how it's investigated.
Yeah, I also can't help but wonder if you look. So again, I used to know people at Facebook back in the day. I could shoot them a text and say, all right, what's the truth? what actually happened? And try to get some either on the record, off the record information. I don't know anybody over there anymore. I really don't. They have, you know, I'll just say that there have been some very talented people that are no longer working over there that I used to know. And so, yeah, I wonder if so I wonder if any reporters have any friends that work over at Facebook and might just shoot them a text and say, hey, can I get a quote? Can I source you anonymously and try to get some information as to what really went on? Because technical issue could be anything. It's such a broad term. So we'll Chip, to your point, will we ever find out anything about the actual outage and what was the reason? Look, Jan in our comment section says #KJB. We will never hear anything about this. Okay. And that's certainly on the table. This just, tomorrow's March 6th and everything just kind of picks up as normal and people forget this outage ever happened. But for Ice Swallow, MetaQuest VR is still down. I just wanted to play VR poker after a long day. Oh.
Yeah, and that's what I said. I don't think we're at 100%. I think there's still some lingering things that need to be worked out. Like my Instagram browser, I still can't switch back accounts. But the full outage, I believe, is behind us. And now they're working to do cleanup stuff, making sure the Quest servers are running, that Instagram account switching is available. So more to come, I'm sure, from them.
Julie says, #HeyChip, isn't it telling that Instagram and Facebook went down, but they made an official announcement on Twitter? I mean, they kind of had to, Chip, right?
Yeah, that was my point earlier, is that even if it's a competitor site, you have to get that information out there. And when it's your only choice to try and control the narrative and try and have some kind of official statement and make it not look like you're hiding something, you have to. Elon Musk would do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what he says. He would do the same thing if X just dumped. He or a spokesperson, someone with X, would post on Facebook or Threads or something, because all of those consumers would be clamoring for that little bit of information.
Let's see here. April says, why aren't my comments or names showing up in the ticker banner? Is your new system? No, it is working. It just will take a very, very long time to actually make it, April, but I'll make sure that you get added. Yeah, on the bottom of your screen, folks, is a scrolling list of names for people that participate in our interactive streaming. And April, I'll make sure your name gets added. Yeah, my word.
Yeah, speed that thing up. You got too many people.
We've had a lot of new people today.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, no, people. All right, so there's a lot of conspiracy theory based questions in our comment section, and I don't want to discredit anybody with any sort of question or comment on a day like today, when they're clearly Facebook being such an influential social media platform, it being a very important day in the election year. But again, I'm not a streamer who ignores that type of talk. I don't. I'm very willing to address some of that chatter online. And it's very, very simple. And Chip has emphasized it. We're very much singing the same tune here, is that we're not saying it shouldn't be looked into. We're not saying the question shouldn't be asked. But what we are saying is that it would be irresponsible to connect those dots now unless more information happens to come about that leads us in that direction. So, yes, of course, questions are going to be asked, and hopefully we get more answers, more responses. But conspiracy theorists, just be very careful what you share on social media. Ask yourself, where is this information coming from? Make sure that you're always following credible and reputable sources of information, because conspiracy theorists. All it takes is one prominent place to be fooled, and then share it, and then it gets somehow along the line in the game of telephone, it goes from being interpreted as being a theory, and then all of a sudden it becomes perceived to be as fact, and it's just and that's a very, very dangerous thing in today's era of social media. The idea that misinformation can spread so quickly when people aren't asking the fundamental universal question that they should ask, which is, where is this information coming from? So I like to go on. I talk about this a lot. I'm very passionate about it. Misinformation is dangerous. Just be very, very careful when it comes to the information that you share, retweet, repost, post to your story, stuff like that. Because you got to ask yourself, where is that information coming from, Chip?
Always, always.
Yeah.
I'm going to end my part of this on a lighter note. Lois Elliott, who commented earlier about using VR for workout, she says it is up and working.
Yeah. Okay.
That the Quest servers are good to go. And I wish her a very great workout, perhaps a nice sweat sesh, whatever you do in that VR workout thing.
Yeah. I hope you have an awesome workout. What was her name?
Yeah. Lois Elliott.
Lois, I hope you have the greatest workout of your life today. I really do. We're going to wrap up our live stream here. Chip, any final thoughts other than that note?
Just that I appreciate everybody joining us on the live stream. I know most of you are usually here for Hey JB, but it really is a team effort at Nexstar. So I'm glad that I was able to join and take part in this as we covered what definitely was a big disruption for a lot of people's lives, just given their routines. So thank you again. Appreciate you.
And Chip, we appreciate you. I'm glad that we were able to get you back onto the stream. And Chip and I are good friends, so it's fun to stream with him as well. Really appreciate it on WFLA.com or your Nexstar affiliated website, social media platform, or app on your device of choice. Feel free to follow us there for updates. We're going to try to post updates as they come in. Right now, the update again comes in from Andy Stone that there was a technical issue that caused people to have difficulty accessing some of their services. Will we get any more information? We'll post any more information to those websites and apps and social media platforms as that information comes in. So we appreciate Chip hanging out with us here on stream. We appreciate your time joining us here on whatever platform that you are watching on. Everybody who voted. Really quickly, we'll just kind of get a quick refresh here on the poll and see if things are skewing in the right direction. I think that they are. Yeah, now we're down to 64%. So there's still people out there who are having difficulty accessing Facebook and Instagram, but this number is going down significantly. So we really, of course, appreciate all the people voting along, and we'll have updates for you on our various platforms as soon as we get information. But it appears that right now people are having a much higher rate of success accessing Facebook, Instagram, and other meta services in the last half hour or so. For Chip Brewster, I'm JB Biunno. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you next time here from the Stream Center. Farewell, folks.